Well, everybody, we'll wait to see how many people get in here, but thank you for joining me today. This little live thing is kind of for a forum or a page on Facebook. It's Leopard Gecko breeding help, or something along those lines. But I've been answering a lot of questions on there, and I figured I'd start doing a live. And in this live, they'll be recorded. They'll be kept on, I believe, on that page. It'll be kept on Orner Exotics, and it'll be kept on Orner Exotics YouTube since I'm doing them. I thought I would just go ahead and record them while I do those. For some reason, it's looking a little hazy today. I'm not totally sure why. My green screen looks good behind me, but myself, I look hazy. I'm not sure what's going on with it, but it's not that big a deal. There's a few things I want to talk about today, and what I'm going to talk about most today is I'm going to introduce myself to the people that don't know who I am. My name is Gary. I own Orner Exotics. I produce lots of leopard geckos. Let's just say that leopard geckos are my cornerstone of what I do. I produce almost any style that you could dream of. I have every line bred trait out there? No. Do I have every recessive out there? No, I do not. I don't own Marble Eye. I don't own BAE. There's a few different things like Lemon Frost. There's no Lemon Frost in my collection. I don't have any Enigmas, stuff like that. Some things for personal choice. Some things I just haven't found a Marble Eye that I like. Marble Eye is one of them ones that I just haven't gotten to purchase yet, or found one that I want. Just something I haven't got yet. But I produce leopard geckos. I just got into fat tails. I just started doing fat tails. Let's see, leaf tail geckos. I got mossies and satanics. I got tokays. I got gargoyles. I got cresteds. I got fan-toed geckos. They're Tadaculus brigazi. I think that's how you pronounce them. Their scientific name. I do have a group of those, but they're nowhere to the size to breed yet. I have helmeted geckos, and I have knobtails, melii. So out of all those, I actually produce leopard geckos, fat tails, mossy leaf tails. I do tokays, gargoyles, cresteds, and the other ones I kind of have not produced yet. It could be I'm looking for a female. I lost a female. My satanic female died. I only have the male. And to have someone sell me just a female is a really hard thing to do. I also do have tegu. I have a caiman lizard. I have a Nile monitor. I breed corn snakes, gopher snakes. I do have some boas. I have dart frogs. I do not consider myself a dart frog breeder, but I breed dart frogs. More so my friend Nico. I buy a lot of frogs off Nico, and they breed. That's the best way I can say it. I just spoil them. So my collection at this time is very huge, very diverse. I have a lot of different things going on, but it all goes back to the leopard gecko. Leopard geckos are something that is easy for me to do with my family. They're easy to move for me when I, produce them. I should say I also have alligator lizards. I forgot about those. I do have a gravid female over here, but everything but leopard geckos, it kind of is like a side thing for me. I produce only like 100 to 200 crested geckos a year. Fat tails, very minimal. Tokays, maybe 20 to 25. Gargoyles, maybe I'll produce 20 to 50 this year. Stuff like that. So very minimal compared to the 1,500 to 2,500 leopard geckos that I produce. So going from there, I wanted to do lives on the leopard gecko breeding help page because a lot of people are asking a lot of questions on there, breeding questions. So I wanted to give an area where people could ask questions, and who knows? It could be a question that you have that you couldn't find the answer to, or someone answered it and it ended up wrong for you. I do know the word I don't know. I tell you what I do and what works for me. So that's what this whole live's for. I don't know how long these lives are going to be. It matters how much participation we have. It's really hard to do one-on-one, like one person talking to a camera and doing live. So I am setting up my GoPro. We're going to have the GoPro going and myself doing this, and I can flip over to it. I'm going to have maybe 3 to 4 GoPros going, so we can sign them in, and I can show you what's going on in that cage or show you that gecko. I haven't really figured all that out yet. But I can do stuff like, I can switch over and I can show you pictures like this. I know that off of my computer. I can share stuff. This here's a head of a caiman lizard. He's the boy that we got about, a week and a half ago. If people don't know the story on the caiman lizard, his name is Memphis. He was actually lost in Memphis, Tennessee for 4 days, 3 nights. So he's doing pretty good. Oh, hey, what's up, Cole? So this is more of an introduction for me. Anyone's got any questions, you can shoot them out. I can try to help out as much as possible. This lizard here is something that's been on my bucket list for a very long time. The caiman lizard is just something that I've always wanted. If we go to the next one, this has a story behind it. I do have tarantulas and I do have isopods. I forget about some stuff that I have when I talk to people, because I have a lot, and it's usually just me taking care of these animals. This here is a curly hair that I won at a USARK auction. I didn't even know what I was bidding on. I just heard that, hey, Tanisha, Bob, I just heard that someone had a animal. It was in a cup, and it said it was $15. I said it couldn't go for $15. I bid $25 on it, and I won it. I think I ended up giving $40 because I didn't want change back or something. It was for USARK, so it didn't matter. But I got a really big diverse collection, guys. So as you see here, I do have isopods. These were given to me by my good friend Red. He just came up to me at the end of that show. I had a really rough show that show. I had some really bad things happen and good things happen and bad things happen. It was like up and down for me. But Red gave me a 6 isopods, and I spoiled them to death. These are rubber duckies. So my isopod collection, I have powder blues, powder oranges, dairy cows, and then these rubber duckies. The rubber duckies, I only have 6, but they eat like pigs, and they're doing great. So I do have diversity in my collection. And then this here is just a leopard gecko that I hatched that everyone liked. I kind of put it on for this advertising of me doing these lives. Someone said that it's a pied. Sort of. When you add super snow to eclipse, you kind of get these markers. You get the collars and the high white heads and stuff like that. And some are more extreme than others. Is it reproducible? Like anything else, you could live breed for it. Line breeding could get you more white, but it's not an exact science. Then I got some other geckos that I wanted to show you guys. This here is my founding blood. This here is the blood hypo. I say blood hypo. A lot of people say it's blood tangerine. It's not. When JMG created it, they called it blood hypo. And it was for deep black spots and an orange gecko. So this is my blood hypo. That's just what I call them. And he is my founding male for my blood hypo stuff in my Tremper albino. He will be going to pure macularis this year. So I'll be out crossing him a little bit because he is het Tremper. When I test bred him to every recessive I have, he ended up being het Tremper. So I got to breed that Tremper out of him. Hopefully by, breed him to a pure macularis, I'll be able to get myself some, blood hypo crosses, some maybe nice bloods, because he does throw nice bloods even when I breed him to just a Tremper albino. I'm getting some really nice stuff, but the good stuff come the second year when I take him back to a daughter, or vice versa, take a male back to a second generation female. I'm starting to see a lot more improvement out of them. But this is my founding blood hypo male. What other things I got? I am into photography. This is more of an introduction to me. I am into photography. This animal here is at the new zoo. Where would you find a blood hypo? You could find them on Morph Market. I sell them. I do have blood hypo and blood tangerines for sale. My blood hypos usually range anywhere from $150 to about $1,000. So I do have blood hypos available right now. I actually just sent some. No, I didn't. That's going to be in the second box. And now that if he's watching, he's going to know what he's going to get. I sent Andrew a surprise box of geckos, and he didn't get blood hypo this time because I couldn't fit him in a box. But Morph Market has a lot of blood hypos. You want to make sure you get it from a reputable person that actually deals with blood, like JMG or myself. There's a few other people that have the blood line. To get back to the photo, this is an eagle that is at the new zoo. The new zoo is a zoo right outside of Green Bay. So I'm into photography too. The next few things are just a few of the eagle. So you guys know that I do photography. I'm really picky on my pictures when I set up my geckos. A lot of the pictures you guys see is I will go back to myself is me taking a cell phone pic on one of my phones. Yes, I have two phones, an iPhone 11 and a Note 10. I snap a shot and I put them up. And that's what I do. If I get my cameras out and get my other stuff out and I take them outside, I'm really picky about my pictures. This one's even grainy for me, but a lot of people like it. I think it's a little grainy, but it is what it is. This picture here was taken at the Columbus Zoo just to show you guys that I'm really into photography. Like it's a passion of mine. Outside of breeding reptiles, I like wildlife filmmaking and taking pictures. This was taken at the Columbus Zoo. I think I was about 75 yards away from it. I took it with a 500 millimeter lens and I cropped it in and I got that picture. I was kind of proud of that picture. Reptile shows. The reptile collection at the new zoo is lacking. They do have an albino alligator. I wish they would take that alligator out of its enclosure, though. It's a big enclosure for what it is, but I wish they would have an outdoor enclosure for it, but it is an albino. They have some ball pythons, some bearded dragons, some skinks, blue-tongued skinks. I'm trying to think. They got some frogs. But other than that, their reptile department is lacking. They really focus on they got like this big free range in the back with an elk. They got a moose area. They got a couple of moose. Is that moose? Yeah, moose. Moose would be plural still, right? I don't know, but they got a couple of those. And they got an area where they got the elk and some other things in this big free range. And then they do have drafts. They produce the drafts, and you can they got this like stairway that you can go up to the top of the zoo or the stand, and you can pet the drafts, their heads, and you can feed them these, I don't know, these wafer things. You pay the wafer things for like $1. Yep, see, it is plural. Thank you. At the reptile shows, this is how I show my geckos. I have changed up a little bit through the years. So I like deli cups. I'm a big deli cup fan. I think that I'm not transferring out the animal into another deli cup and blah, blah, blah. I have changed. I don't use the white bedding anymore. I use a black felt pre-cut thing for them. I am going to be getting some display cases that are going to put my high-end stuff in it because everyone's complaining I'm not taking my high-end stuff to the reptile shows. I still don't expect them to sell. But usually at reptile shows, anything under $500 sells pretty well. So you got to get a glimpse of how I set up. You can even see at the top of my business card, you see my old logo up there, the one that I paid for and a gentleman stole it. And it is no longer there. Now I want to talk about this site here. This site here is geckohistory.com. Geckohistory.com is not live. But geckohistory.com/talk, which is in the description, it should be in the description, is. It is this a simple machine forum. I don't even have the logo on it. Literally, I threw this up last night around 3 o'clock in the morning. And I didn't get to do anything else to it other than add forums. You guys are more than welcome to go to geckohistory.com/talk, and you can join this forum. Why I want to have a place like this is we can educate through here, and it will be just leopard gecko talk. So we can have a little classifieds. We can have gecko history talk. We can have, just chatter with other people that like leopard geckos. geckohistory.com is going to be a site that I am building myself. I am doing, the research on the stuff I don't know, because let's be honest, I don't know everything. So I'm going to be taking everything I can and putting into geckohistory.com, where you can go there and with one click go, I would like to know what a temporal albino is. It's going to tell you who created the temporal albino, what year it was made, how it came about, and the characteristics, and a bunch of different photos to show what it is. Same thing with the eclipse, and same thing with rainwater albino. I'm going to dive into this in a great detail. I'm lucky enough to know most of the breeders. So hopefully they will be able to, give me some more information when I ask them. Ron Tremper's really been a trooper for me. He's been answering questions for me because I want his background on the giants. Going to be next. I'm going to be talking to him. I've already written the pages for temporal albino, blizzard, eclipse, and let me think. There's one other one I'm almost done with, but I want to get the giant because I'm not a believer in the giant, but that doesn't mean it's not true. So I'm going to talk to Ron Tremper. Then I'm going to be talking to another good couple that does breed the Enigma. I want to get some of the info from them. And I bred the Enigma back in 2008-ish. I was breeding the Enigma. So that was a thing. I could take some of my personal experience about that. But they're still producing them today. Lemon Frost, I'm going to be talking to my good friend John Scarborough. And Sykes and some of these other people that tell me, how they reacted and what it was. And I'm going to be talking to Gourmet Rodent and getting the history on that, because the history is very important about it. It does not mean when I write the history that I support it. I just want the history and put about them getting tumors and put all that. I just want the history of it so we know, hey, it is recorded now. So we don't have people saying it's not recorded, so I'm going to do it still. So we'll bust that out. So the geckohistory.com is my newest project. It took over after the next thing I want to show you guys, and that's the reptileroom.org. The reptileroom.org is a Facebook for reptile people. That's what it is. It is basically, you can get on here, you can create pages, you can create business pages and groups and whatever you want to do, and you can sell whatever you want to sell. It doesn't matter. It's an animal-based Facebook. So I just wanted to give a little plug for that too. So let me get back to you guys seeing me. What I want to do for these lives is you guys can comment in this exact one, because I see a lot of people are on the YouTube page, but if you're on the Facebook page, if you're on the YouTube page, or you're on Orner Exotics Facebook page, you can comment and give me questions. If I don't know the answer to the question, I will point you in a direction to get that answer, because there's going to be stuff I don't know. I am going to be taking this camera. Let me find it. It's buried here. It is buried beneath a lens bag, but I'm going to be setting this up. This can actually do lives too. This is a M50. It's a mirrorless camera. So I'm going to set this up, and I'm going to try to do lives with this and actually go into my room and show you guys stuff as I do live. So I'm not tied to this computer. This computer is awesome, but I would love to be able to show you guys geckos, how I pull eggs, stuff like that. Someone said today that, you can't roll a leopard gecko egg. You guys could juggle leopard gecko eggs and they won't die. It doesn't matter if they roll around, nothing like that. Literally, I take the leopard gecko eggs and I put them on a stand, and I got an area for this is this group. And then when I get all the little areas filled, I put them all away. So don't worry about leopard gecko eggs dying. They're hard to kill. It takes talent to kill a leopard gecko egg. So not much more than that today. I am going to be having a topic next week. Hopefully we can hit something like how do I breed, or what's the first steps of breeding, and we can go through there. I can actually do a premiere when I'm doing this, and I can say, okay, it's time for the premiere. I can go ahead and do what I shot, and you guys get to watch it as I go. Stuff like that. So this was just more of an introduction for the people that does not know who I am, and try to get some people involved in the leopard gecko community in the right way. I am very tired, if you can't tell. It's just been a long week, and we'll go from there. I do have Sewerfest coming up on the 26th. Is it 26th? I think it's 26th. 25th. 25th, I'll be in Racine. We'll have Sewerfest. I'll see if I can get some video there or something like that and actually start doing some videos for everybody. But we will get that stuff out and about. So, guys, I'm going to go. I just wanted to talk to you guys and see how you guys, see the people that didn't know who I am. And for the people that do know who I am, thank you for tuning in. And next week, I'm not totally sure what the topic's going to be, but we will have a topic. And tomorrow night, Andrew and I are going to be interviewing a very special guest. His name is Joe. He is the owner of Venom Proof Cages, LLC. We're going to be talking venomous reptiles. That's my thing. I love venomous reptiles. I used to be a very large venomous breeder. So if you guys want, you'll see it on this channel that you're watching now. It'll be on Fauna Radio. I stream at 8 different places for that. We're going to have Joe on. We're going to be talking goblins, vipers. We're going to be talking buzztails, cobras. We're going to be talking his new caging line that he has a patent on. And it was just going to be a really, really fun thing. So I will check you guys later. Thank you for tuning in.